On this channel, I have made it no secret about my disdain for the current state of Disney animation and or their movies. I don't really like it when movie studios of any kind, whether it be ones that I hold dear in my heart like Disney, or whether it be ones that I don't care for as much, such as Universal or whatever, whenever they make all kinds of sequels or just easy, quick bucks without any real creative integrity. So when Disney announced that they were riding this wave of sequels and remakes by taking all of the classic animated films and making them into live action, I just was a bit disappointed and kind of let down. And in some videos that I made previously, I made no secret at all that I did not appreciate this, that I thought that Disney, of course, could be doing a lot better, and I placed a lot of the blame on our friend Bob Iger, current CEO of Disney. But upon further thinking and reflecting and discussing with those that are also huge Disney fans, such as myself, I realized that I might have misspoken a bit. I want to go back a little bit in the history of Disney and the animated films and the landmarks that they have made in the history of animation and the history of movie making, and really examine just what is original and what is not. And maybe I'll come to a completely different conclusion about the current Disney brand than I currently have. So if you want to go way back when, in 1937, that was when Disney first came out with its first full-length feature animated film. And it wasn't just Disney's, this was the world's. The world had never seen a full-length animated film. I mean, that was practically unthinkable at the time. And the movie cost a little over $1 million, also unheard of at the time. But this was one of the first of many films that Disney has made that was not at all original. And now, when I say original, I mean a story that comes directly from your imagination. And yeah, you can get really existential and philosophical about that. I mean, I don't think anything comes directly from your imagination. I mean, any kind of artist pulls inspiration from thousands of different sources. But when I say original, I mean something that has not strictly been written before you write it yourself. In the case of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that is a story that was written by the Brothers Grimm. So that is not strictly an original story. It just takes the Brothers Grimm tale and then it Disneyfies it. And that's just the beginning. Pinocchio is not an original story. It's based off of some Italian tale that was created many, many years ago. Dumbo is based off of a prototype of a toy. Cinderella is a story that has been told thousands of different ways in thousands of different countries throughout many, many centuries. I think that the original story dates back to like the 17th century or something like that. What made Disney great is that he took the story, made it his own, and combined innovative technology and incredible filmmaking techniques to make it a classic. And even during the Disney Renaissance, they just kind of copy-pasted that original formula. The Little Mermaid, not an original story. Tarzan, definitely not an original story. And going back to right before Walt's death, The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, not an original story. And then continuing on the Disney Renaissance, Aladdin, not an original story. The only movie really that came out of the Disney Renaissance that was original, again, original, was The Lion King, and even that has strong ties, if not directly copying off of Hamlet, as well as The Rescuers. That might be really the only film, now that I think about it, that came out of the Disney Renaissance that was a real original story. And I don't even know, maybe The Rescuers is based off of something. So when I look back on some of the videos that I've made that have, given ecstatic praise as well as harsh criticism to Disney for creating original stories, but also not making original stories, I think it was a bit misplaced. So now let's look at the history of Disney since 2010. First you had Tangled. Well, okay, that is obviously based off of Rapunzel. So, there's not much credence there, but at the same time, they copy-pasted the Disney formula, which works amazingly well. Take an original story, Disneyfy it, make it a little more digestible for a mainstream audience, add some awesome music in there, some, incredible storytelling, but use innovative techniques, innovative storytelling to really make it a classic. Then after that, you had three films that were completely original stories. Wreck-It Ralph, totally original. Moana, totally original. And Big Hero 6, which granted is loosely based off of the Marvel comics of the same name, but just very loosely. That too is an original story. And as far as I can tell, Onward, as you might know, is an original story as well. And again, I think with just all these remakes and all these new versions of these animated classics just really kind of irks me from a creative standpoint. So yeah, I don't think I should be as critical anymore about Disney not being so original. I still stand by what I said though. I don't appreciate and I don't like it when companies, especially ones that I love so dearly like Disney, can't seem to churn out original stories, or at least they don't bank on them as much as they would on nostalgia hits like, all of the movies from the Disney Renaissance. What about you guys? What do you think? Should Disney be more original, or do you think they never have been? Or what do you think the direction of the company is going right now? Do you like what they're doing with their movies, or maybe they could do something else? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next cinematic adventure.